Okay, so let's unpack this deep dive. We're looking at a really monumental piece of literature today, Thomas Mann's The Magic Mountain.
Huge book, 1924. And yeah, definitely one of the most influential German novels of the whole century.
For sure. And we're kind of digging into its Wikipedia entries, some literary analyses, basically trying to get a handle on where it came from, its big themes.
Its philosophy
Yeah,
and why it still, hits home today.
exactly. Because it looks like a simple story on the surface, but it's actually this profound take on life, time, society, the whole package.
It really is.
So where did Mann even begin with this? I heard it started from like a real life trip.
That's right. What's fascinating is he actually started writing it way back in 1912.
Oh, wow. Before the war.
Right. And initially it was meant to be something shorter, more humorous, maybe a bit ironic, kind of a follow-up to Death in Venice.
Ah, okay.
The direct spark, though, was a visit he paid just 3 weeks to his wife. She was ill, a respiratory thing, at a sanatorium up in Davos, Switzerland.
Right, the classic alpine setting.
Exactly. And Mann found this really unique atmosphere there. He called it a mixture of death and amusement.
Oh.
That paradox, that feeling, it really set the tone for the whole novel.
Death and amusement, that's quite a starting point. And then there's our main guy, Hans Castorp. This is where it gets wild, right? He goes for 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks. To visit his cousin, who has tuberculosis.
And ends up staying for 7 years.
7 years. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
What kind of place does that to someone? What does this sanatorium become for him?
Well, this mountain place it basically turns into this separate world, almost mythical, totally cut off from the ordinary flatlands life he knew.
Like a bubble.
Exactly. A bubble that becomes this miniature pre-World War I Europe. And it's the setting for his Bildungsroman, his novel of education.
Right, the coming-of-age story.
But it's a twisted one. It's satirical because his journey doesn't really end with him becoming like a well-adjusted member of society. Nope. It ends with him being thrown onto a World War I battlefield. So it's like this intense philosophical training ground, and then bam, reality.
Wow. Okay. And inside this bubble, you mentioned time earlier. It does weird things in the book, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Time is a huge philosophical focus. Mann structures the novel in this really asymmetrical way.
How so?
Well, think about it. Castorp's first year takes up something like half the entire book.
Half the book for 1 year?
Yeah. And then the other 6 years, they're crammed into the last 2 chapters.
Whoa.
It perfectly mirrors Castorp's own messed up sense of time passing. Mann's exploring how, monotony makes time drag, but novelty makes it fly, or how our inner state just completely changes our perception.
That makes sense. So beyond the setting and the time stuff, what about illness and death? It feels like Mann's saying something deeper than just, people being sick.
Oh, for sure. Mann actually clarifies this. Castorp comes to understand, and this is key, that all higher health must have passed through illness and death.
So it's not about being morbid.
Not at all. It's this idea that illness and death are like a necessary passage. You have to go through them to get to real knowledge, to a deeper kind of health, a richer appreciation for life itself. It's an initiation novel, really.
Initiation, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, even the patients have this nickname for themselves, the Half-Lung Club.
Huh. Seriously.
Yeah. It's dark humor, but it shows how they've kind of embraced this strange reality.
Okay, so if illness is a passage, what about the people guiding Castorp, the other characters? They seem like more than just fellow patients.
Definitely. Mann called them exponents, representatives, messengers of different intellectual worlds, different ways of thinking.
Like who?
Well, you got Settembrini. He's all about humanism, democracy, the Enlightenment. He literally turns on the lights sometimes for Castorp,
The rationalist.
Right. And then his opposite is Nafta, a Jewish Jesuit Hegelian Marxist.
Yeah.
Quite the combo.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he's pushing radicalism, even arguing for political terror. So Castorp is stuck right in the middle of these huge clashing ideologies.
Which reflects the times, right? The Weimar Republic.
Exactly, that fragile period in Germany. Castorp himself is kind of caught not really healthy, not fully sick, embodying that tension, that indecision.
And it sounds like Mann himself was working through these ideas as he wrote, that it actually changed the book.
Absolutely. There's a key chapter, the Snow chapter.
Yeah.
It's seen as the philosophical core, and it reflects Mann's own shift, his move towards supporting the Weimar Republic. Castorp has this intense vision, this dream in the snow, and it leads him to this crucial realization. Mann even put it in italics in the book. Because of charity and love, man should never allow death to rule one's thoughts.
Wow. That's powerful.
It really is. It was Mann's direct message,
Yeah.
to people in Germany facing hyperinflation, political chaos.
Yeah.
It was all for life,
Hmm.
for humanity.
Yeah.
Choose love, choose connection. Don't let death dominate everything.
A message of hope.
A clear one. Oh, and a quick fun fact, the number 7 pops up all over the place.
Like his 7 years there.
Yeah, that, and he was 7 when his parents died.
Huh.
It adds this little layer of, well, magic, I suppose.
Huh. Interesting.
So yeah, the Magic Mountain. It's this incredible exploration of the human condition. It uses this isolated place to tackle enormous ideas, philosophy, politics, time, that journey through illness to something
Yeah.
higher.
It's incredibly rich. And that core message from the Snow chapter about choosing love in life over the rule of death, that feels timeless, doesn't it? Especially today. It really makes you think, what's your magic mountain? Maybe not a literal sanatorium, but a place or a situation that's separate, that changes your sense of time, your view on health. What really matters?